In May 2021, the Colonial Pipeline, a critical fuel artery serving much of the East Coast, suddenly halted operations due to a ransomware attack. This event triggered widespread panic buying, gas shortages, and soaring fuel prices. Today we'll explore how the attack happened, what failures led to it, and why it's a pivotal moment in modern cybersecurity. To understand the Colonial Pipeline incident, let's step back to a critical moment in cyber warfare: Stuxnet. Development of Stuxnet began around 2005 as a joint project between the US and Israeli governments. The actual source code was discovered around 2010, after damaging centrifuges in a clandestine Iranian nuclear operation for almost 3 years. The Stuxnet program targeted the complex by exploiting vulnerabilities in operational technology and the software controlling physical processes. This act of damaging critical infrastructure, once thought secure, opened the Pandora's box to the potential of OT being disrupted or even destroyed by malicious code. An idea once thought to be impossible in fiction. However, clever tricks like penetrating a system's programmable logic controller and changing the logic input into the system can cause the system to self-destruct. For example, if you set the thermometer really cold by accident in the summer and the AC blows a fuse. Since Stuxnet, cyber attacks on OT have grown more sophisticated. Power grids, manufacturing plants, and pipelines have all become potential targets. The dark side hacking group, responsible for the Colonial Pipeline breach, followed in Stuxnet's footsteps by attacking a system that directly affects everyday life: the fuel supply. Dark side hackers gained entry through a compromised employee password that lacked multi-factor authentication. At this point, they had penetrated into the company's business IT network. Once inside the company's IT network, they threatened to move into the OT systems, which directly control the flow of fuel. Faced with this possibility, Colonial Pipeline decided to shut down operations as a precaution. This drastic measure highlighted a key vulnerability: inadequate segmentation between IT and OT networks. When these networks aren't properly isolated or protected by a firewall, a breach in one can cascade into the other, forcing a complete shutdown to avoid physical damage or further spread of ransomware. The shutdown led to immediate panic. News headlines warned of looming fuel shortages, prompting long lines at gas stations across multiple states. Fuel prices spiked, and social media buzzed with stories of people hoarding gasoline in everything from barrels to plastic bags. In an effort to regain control, Colonial Pipeline paid a $4.4 million ransom in Bitcoin, an approach some experts criticized for potentially encouraging future attacks. Meanwhile, the US government stepped in, deploying federal cybersecurity teams to help secure the network. They managed to recover part of the ransom, signaling closer collaboration between law enforcement and private companies in battling cybercrime. The Colonial Pipeline attack underscores several critical lessons for organizations of all sizes. Had MFA been in place, a stolen or compromised password alone wouldn't have granted attackers full access. Keeping operational technology isolated from corporate IT systems reduces the risk that a breach in one area will threaten physical operations. The best way to safely implement a well-segmented IT and OT network would be using CISA's defense-in-depth architecture. Cyber threats evolve rapidly, so ongoing vulnerability assessments and incident response drills are vital. The panic and reputation damage were just as severe as the technical fallout. Transparent, timely communication can mitigate some of the public backlash. The incident also highlighted how ransomware can shift from a purely digital threat to a major real-world disruption, affecting transportation, supply chain, and economic stability. The Colonial Pipeline attack was more than a headline, it was a wake-up call. Cybersecurity isn't just about protecting data, it's about safeguarding infrastructure that underpins our daily lives. As hackers grow bolder and more sophisticated, every organization handling critical systems needs to be proactive. Whether you're a small business owner or part of a large corporation, invest in robust security measures like multi-factor authentication, defense-in-depth architecture, and incident response planning. By doing so, you'll not only protect your own operations, but also help prevent widespread disruptions that can affect entire regions. Thank you for watching, and remember, in our digital age, cyber vigilance is everyone's responsibility.